My name is Forcim Kola, and I come from European University of Tirana, Albania. Together with my colleagues, Professor Drita Kruja and Professor Irina Canco, we have worked on tourism workforce, taking Albanian market as an example regarding the digital skills gap. We have been working on this paper, in order to, let's say, evidence or show any gap regarding the skills needed, workforce skills needed in tourism, and focus mostly in digital, in social, and green skills, in order to get to know if there is such a gap and how to fill it in the future. Taking the significance of tourism as a sector, we all know the importance of it. Let me know just one fact: about 10% of jobs all over the world are connected to tourism. And imagine also the income provided or the contribution of tourism sector on GDP of the countries. Same is also for Albania, increasing during the recent years. Albania has potential regarding maritime and mountainous for developing tourism. 1/5 to 1/4, let's say, of GDP comes from tourism during these recent years, but also considering the digital transformation. In fact, tourism has been one of the first sectors, let's say, implementing digital tools as a sector. We have been focused on this study in order to investigate the most in-demand digital skills or abilities in Albanian tourism and to assess the current prevalence among workers in tourism-related businesses in Albania. Literature review and many researchers also told us that there is such a gap in the skills, and we need more, let's say, developed workforce for the future. Considering also the role of information and communication technology as a digital or innovative solution for this sector in tourism, in boosting productivity, and let's say in developing tourism sector as a sustainable sector in the future. Regarding tourism as a sector, international tourism recovered to 96% after, let's say, the pandemic time, with an increase of 11% in 2024 compared to 2023. Also in Europe, Southern Europe and Mediterranean, as a top destination, with European tourism recovering strongly after the pandemic, if we compare figures of 2024 to 2019. Albania experienced an unprecedented increase in tourism. Last year, we hosted 11.7 million international arrivals in Albania for the whole year. And regarding the economic impact, I told you before that 1/5 to 1/4 of Albania's GDP comes from tourism. As for job creation, about, let's say, 269,000 jobs in Albania are connected to tourism. Also in the world, 10% of the jobs are, according to studies, connected to tourism. There are some literature, let's say, evidencing or citing this gap regarding the tourism sector and the workforce. Look, this study tries to connect tourism sector, workforce, education in order to prepare such workforce for tourism or for sustainable tourism. There is a historical, let's say, context of tourism development. There is an increasing competition between different destinations, if you consider the Mediterranean countries or the Southern European countries. And the aim overall, and in Albania also, is to create a sustainable tourism. And in order to create such a sustainable tourism, we have to be focused on these skills. I mean, digital, green, and social skills. Really, tourism was an early adopter of digitalization, pioneering with online booking, let's say, with an increasing applications in, let's say, mobile applications, AI, virtual reality, cloud computing, automation, etc. But there are some barriers cited with many, let's say, from many authors, like lack of capital investments and skill gap in local labor market at 89% cited from the, let's say, respondents. And we all know about the importance of digital skills because different technologies demand such skills encompassing information management, communication, digital transformation, etc., etc. As per methodology, the goal of the research was to identify this gap and to compare current digital, green, and social skills with future needed digital, green, and social skills in the Albanian tourism industry. The data were collected by using an anonymous online survey with 1 to 5 Likert scale, and the sample of the cluster sampling technique, let's say, reaching 359 respondents, who were selected employees, professionals, experts, managers, etc., etc. Regarding the data of the research, this slide shows some data regarding the tourism development in Albania. 9.7 million international visitors for the first 9 months and 11.7 million visitors for the whole last year. Okay, and the main sources of this market were the neighboring countries like Kosovo, Italy, North Macedonia, but also it had an increase from such countries as France, even China and India, Netherlands, UK, and many others. And the contribution of tourism in GDP has been increased during, let's say, the last years. I can say for the last year, Albania is a small country of 2.8 million people with a GDP at about $25 billion, where $5 billion is coming from tourism sector. These are the following slides showing the gap in green, social, and digital skills. Let's look at the first, let's say, identified gap. There is an identified gap regarding, let's say, promotion or promoting sustainable transportation like public transportation, or the other one is knowledge about climate change or promoting environmentally friendly products or activities, or ability to minimize energy and water consumption, etc. There is not such a big gap, but there are some points where this gap exists. For example, as the first one, if you compare the figures of current and future needed level, 3.23 to 4.04 for promoting sustainable transportation or regarding public transportation. This is the first one. The other one is about social skills in tourism and hospitality. This gap is not as big, even, let's say, smaller than green skills, but still there is, for example, a discrepancy between current and desired problem-solving abilities, 3.9 compared to 4.29. Also, regarding initiative and involvement, require some attention if you compare the figures of current and future needed skills, 3.99 to 4.41. And there is also a space for improvement in customer orientation. And this is a very, let's say, a big problem because we have to be more careful about, let's say, customization or about, let's say, segmenting or positioning in the tourism industry. And the last one, and the main one, is the digital skill gap in, let's say, tourism and hospitality. This is the biggest gap. We can identify such, it is evident such gap if we take some, let's say, some skills, like, for example, artificial intelligence and robotics, 3.23 reported as current level to 3.99 reported as future needed level, or the other one, in skills in applying digital technologies such as virtual reality. Another one is skills in website development. The other one is even computer programming skills, or skills for adjusting, let's say, digital appliances, or the other publishing, or skills for, one of the most important for sure, skills for implementing online security procedures. If you compare the figures, 3.36 to 4.03. So the basic ones like social media management, skills in using operation, they are very basic. Online marketing techniques and communication are the strongest current, but still need some improvement for sure. But the main improvements are required or needed in such areas as in robots or artificial intelligence, skills in programming, online security and safety, skills in applying digital technologies, and skills in website development. As conclusions and recommendations, we started from literature review, let's say, getting the idea of of conducting this research to identify this gap of skills in Albanian tourism market labor force. So it was evidence, yes, there is a gap. There is a gap regarding green, social, but mostly digital skills. Existing current, let's say, current tourism skills and future demand for green, social, and digital in Albanian tourism industry. Some of the recommendations are how to improve or to fill this gap as for green, social, and digital. At first, prioritizing, let's say, promoting environmentally friendly transportation, enhancing climate change awareness, strengthening initiatives for the biodiversity, preservation, and eco-friendly products. Regarding social skills, focus on problem solving, initiative, incentivize, let's say, group projects. Some trainings are needed. Also, we have to improve, let's say, university curricula in order to, let's say, to increase these capabilities. And the last and the most important one, digital skills, implementing training and also improving the curricula of our universities, providing diploma in tourism to close this gap in AI, robotics, programming, online security, applying to digital technologies like virtual reality, etc., and even website development. These are some of the recommendations drawing after the conclusion of this study. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any question, please feel free to